melody and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by, and now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you.
Hello, mayong adlaw sa tanan, no? So, this day atong i-discuss ang compound interest as well as the rate of interest for the exam problems. But prior to proceeding no sa atong topic today, please do not forget no to subscribe, and then para pud ma-updated mo no sa mga videos nga akong i-upload no later no. And proceeding sa atong main topic karon, which is the compound interest and the rate of interest. Mas maayo no nga before ta mo proceed, let's have some introduction no sa atong topic about the compound interest. So by definition, mao ni siya ang simple na introduction no what is compound interest is all about. This is the interest for an interest period is calculated on the principal plus total amount of interest accumulated in previous periods, no? Meaning kaning pasabot ani is that is ni siya, or meaning ang imong compound interest means that interest on top of interest. Okay, so kung sa may gipasabot aning interest on top of interest, unlike sa atong simple interest no in which ang first year nato, second year, third year until the nth year is ang atong principal is the same na siya all throughout the interest periods no. But dinhi sa compound interest is ang pasabot ani is ang imong principal sa first year is not the same no on the second year, and dili pud siya pareha on the third year until the nth year. So mao ni siyang gimin sa interest on top of interest. So nakita ninyo sa figure no, this is just a simple cash flow no for this compound interest, considering aning borrower's viewpoint na to no. Okay, so for the borrower, when he or she borrows no the money, so probably cash inflow na niya no. So that is why kaning atong P, which is the principal, is upward ang yang direksyon no sa atong arrow, meaning na siya going upward, meaning siya is a cash inflow no on the part of the borrowers until such time nga until the end period in which based on the contract no mao ni silang number of years nga gisabutan sa agreement nga bayaran no sa borrower ang yang gibaro. And then during this nth year, this is now a cash flow no going downward no, because ang implication ani is ang sa side sa borrower, it is a cash outflow na siya because yan namang ibayad dito sa iyang gibaruhan o dito sa lender. So that is why this is a cash outflow on the side of the borrower. That is why mo ni siyang direction siyang arrow no going downward, in which ang atong future amount here is just equal sa principal nimo P kani P times nimo siya sa 1 plus I raised now to the n. Okay, so makita ninyong diferensya no sa formula when you are going to consider kanang simple interest no. Sa atong simple interest is simple kayo siya no, as kung ato siyang i-remember, ang atong F is equals to P plus I no sa atong simple interest, and then ang atong I is just equal to P and I. Okay, and then atong extra pang P, so may mo siyang 1 plus n times I. So mao ni siya ang sa simple interest no. But as you can see no dinhi sa atong future worth no sa atong compound interest, ang yang diferensya is F is equal sa P times this 1 plus I raised now to the n. Take note no, Meaning mao ni siyang implication, no, interest on top of interest, mao ni siyang raise siya into such a power because of this interest on top of interest. So sa next slide na to, no, you will understand nganong naingani siya sa atong compound interest. Okay, so let's go now to the next slide, no. So basically mo ni siya ang formula nato sa atong future worth in terms sa atong principal ug sa atong I and atong N, or kung na to ang p value out of this formula, so mo ni siya atong formula, no, just equal to f times this 1 plus I raised to the negative n. Okay, so mao ni siya ang table 1 na to, no, which is our compound interest table, para masabtan ninyo nganong ang atong definition is the interest on top of interest. So sa atong interest period 1, we have the principal, no, sa second column, which is P, and then the interest earned during the period 1 is just simply ang imong P i-times nimo sa I, no, and then the amount at the end of period. So ang imong principal plus kani siya principal plus kaning interest earned, no, during the period 1. So mao ni siyang P plus PI. So we extract ang P, so mao ni siyang nahimo og 1 plus I. Okay, and take note of this one, ang atong principal, no, sa atong second year mao ni siya ang principal dinhi, no. So related na siya, no, related na sila. Okay, so ang imong actually this amount at the end of period is the future amount sa interest period nga 1 year, but kaning future amount nimo sa interest period nga 1 year mao'y mahimong principal sa second interest period nimo sa second year. Okay, and then after that one, still you get, no, the interest, which is this one times the I, and then pag abot nimo sa amount at the end of period is ang sum aning duha. Okay, so after isum nimo duha, ang iyan na pong amount here, no, mao na po'y mahimong kuan dinhi sa third year, no, principal amount. So the same, no, ang mahitabo sa succeeding years, in which ang imong principal amount sa previous year will be ang future amount, no, sa imong previous year will be the present or principal amount sa imong succeeding year, no. Okay, so mao ni siya ang given why is it nga ningon siya nga interest on top of interest. So when you are going to consider compound interest, so it's a big loss, no, as to the side of the borrower, because as a borrower, ang money is dako ang interest, no, nga ma-incur niya sa money nga gibaro niya sa lender. And for the lender side, is good for the lender, no, because nasa dako nga ginansya out of that money. Okay, so mao na siya ang very simple and layman's nga discussion, no, sa atong compound interest. And then we have now this rate of interest. So we have first the nominal rate of interest, and it specifies the rate of interest and the number of interest periods in 1 year. So basically kaning nominal rate of interest nato is nag-refer ni siya, no, sa atong variable nga R. Okay, kani siya is probably nag-refer ni siya sa variable nga R. Kay sa atong topic na compound interest, no, kung ma-encounter ninyo sa problem nga mo stage siya o compounded, no, compounded monthly, yearly, semi-annually, and so on and so forth, meaning ana is ang imong nominal rate of interest, no, is denoted by this R, no. One hint nga akong ihatag sa inyo is kung mag-involve lang siya o simple interest, ang imong interest rate is directly I lang gyud siya, no? Take note, kung simple interest siya is ang interest rate nga na-involve sa problem is ang imong I. But when you encounter no some problems nga nag-involve siya og compound interest, meaning there were some compoundings, no? So ang imong interest rate ana is mao ni siya ang nominal rate of interest R. Okay? And then after getting your R, imo pang kwaon ang imong I, no? In which ang imong I is just simply equal now to this formula. I is equal now to R over M. Okay? So, mao ni siyang atong mga designation, no, sa R, in which ang atong R is just our nominal interest rate, no, this one. Ug ang atong M is just simply the number of compoundings, no, periods per year. So, simply, pwede ka maingon nga number of compoundings lang. Kung mingon kag compounded yearly, so 1 lang siya, no? But when you say compounded annually, 1. Compounded semi-annually, 2 ang imong M. Compounded quarterly, so there are 4 quarters in a year, so ang imong M kung quarterly is 4. And so on and so forth. Okay, so para makuha nimo ang imong I, so you have to divide your nominal rate of interest R over your number of compoundings M. Okay? So for the I, mao ni siya nga atong rate of interest per interest period. Okay? So we have this simple example, no? If the nominal rate of interest is 10% compounded quarterly, so take note kung maka-encounter gyud mo og mga word, no, sa mga problem nga there is a presence of compoundings like compounded quarterly, annually, semi-annually. So basically ang imong rate of interest is R na siya, and you need to get the value of your I, no, kaning rate of interest per interest period. So what happens here is you are going to divide this 10, no, by your M, which is quarterly. So ang M nimo ana is 4. Okay? So 10% divided by 4 is just simply equal now to 2.5% ang imong I. Okay? So mao lang na siya, no, ang basics sa nominal rate of interest. Okay? And then we will proceed, no, sa atong second type, which is the effective rate of interest, or ato siyang tawagon nga ERI. So by definition, the actual or exact rate of interest on the principal during 1 year. Okay? So by formula, mao ni siya ang imong timan ano sa effective rate of interest. ERI is simply equal to 1 plus I raised to the M minus nimo sa 1. Okay, and take note, a very important note, no? For 2 or more nominal rates to be equivalent, okay? Take note of this term, no? To be equivalent, no? Their effective rates must be equal. Okay, kung there are problems, no, nga that gives you the interest rate for such compoundings, and then you need to determine the interest rate now for another compounding. So probably gamiton nimo ni siyang effective rate of interest, no, which is just to be equivalent, imo silang equate, no, ang duha kung unsay interest rate nimo kung quarterly siya, unsay equivalent niya kung ang imong compoundings is yearly ba or kanang semi-annually. So you have to equate, no, the two to get their equivalent value of your interest rate. Okay, so that is just our heads up, no, sa atong topic, compound interest and these rates of interest. And I think it's better, no, na if we proceed now directly sa atong sample problems. Actually we have 3, no, but we will start with our say board problem number 1. Okay, in which a civil engineer wish to accumulate a total of 10,000 pesos in a savings account at the end of 10 years. If the bank pays only 4% compounded quarterly, so question is what should be the initial deposit? Okay? So, from this, first, you are going to determine unsa ang given nga mga parameters, no? Example, wish to accumulate a total of 10,000 pesos, okay? And then, unsa man ning wish to accumulate a total? Ang atong future worth is sometimes termed as the accumulated amount. So, meaning, wish to accumulate a total of 10,000, we can say that your F is just equal now to 10,000 pesos, okay? Okay, so kung maka-encounter ka og word nga accumulate or accumulated, meaning nag-refer na siya sa future amount nimo. Okay? At the end of 10 years, so napog kay N which is equal now to 10 years, okay? And if the bank pays only 4% compounded quarterly, take note, kung maka-encounter ka aning mga compoundings na as what I've said is ang imong interest rate preceding sa imong word nga compounded, no? Quarterly is just simply your R. Mao na siyang imong R, ang imong nominal rate of interest. Where in this case, mao ni siya ang imong 4%, okay? And then quarterly is ang imong M is equal now to 4 because there are 4 quarters man in a year. So what should be the initial deposit? Meaning initial deposit, no na siya at time 0, which is referring now to our principal amount or this P. Okay? So, after that one, so, na-word nga compounded, no? So, meaning, compound interest ang consideration nimo. So, you must go into this formula. F is equal now to P times 1 plus I raised now to the N. So, mao gini siya ang pinaka-basic na formula kung mag-involve na siya og compoundings, okay? So, na F, naapod tay I. In terms of your R and M, naapod tay N, and the only unknown is our P. So, from this formula, we can rewrite this one into this form, no? 1 plus, this is R over M, and then, kung naay compoundings, take note, magpabili ng N, but i-times lang siya nimo sa imong compoundings nga M, okay? That's the very basic nga inyong hinumduman, no? Kung compoundings, mag-remain ang imong N, pero ang imong I is just your R over M, and then ang imong N, mag-remain i-times lang nimo siya og M, okay? So, we need to determine, no, the value of our P. So, we just substitute, no, our F, which is 10,000, equal now to P. And then we have now this 1 plus your R. Your R is 4%, so in decimal is 0.04 divided by M nga 4, okay? And then, ang imong N is just simply equal now to 10 times your M, okay? Your M is 4, okay? So, after that one, so we have here 10,000 equal now to P, and then this would be equal now to 1 point. So 4% divided by 4 is 1%, so 0.01 raised now to the 40, okay? So you can get now the value of your P, which is just equal now to 6,716.53 pesos, okay? So mao lang ni siya class, no, ang pag-approach nato ani nga problem, no? Basically this formula, no, will play a very important role, no, to solve the unknown sa aning compounded nga mga problem kung mag-involve siya og compound interest. So just remember this formula, no, and then afterwards take note nga kung accumulated siya, na word nga accumulated or accumulate, meaning this is synonymous of saying related siya sa future word. And then take note also if maka-encounter mo og mga statement like compounded quarterly, monthly, semi-annually. So ang interest rate no nga nag-follow sa iya is mao na inyong R, mao na inyong nominal interest rate no nga R. And then afterwards you are going to solve the problems no based on our formula. Okay? So mao ni siya para sa seaboard problem number 1, and we will proceed directly now sa sunod nato nga board problem number 2. Okay? So by the conditions of a will, the sum of 25,000 pesos is left to a girl to be held in trust by her guardian until it amounts to 45,000 pesos. When will the girl receive the money? If the fund is invested at 8% compounded semi-annually. Okay? So again, no, we are going to determine first, no, ang mga given. So the sum of 25,000 pesos is left to a girl, no. Take note, and then ingon dayon ang problem nga until it amounts. Take note, until it amounts to 45,000 pesos. So meaning ang kaning value until it amounts to nag-refer na siya sa future amount. So ang atong future amount day ani is equal now to 45,000 pesos. Okay? So kanina yung atong 25,000 no is left to a girl, meaning gibilin niya from the very beginning, no. So nag-refer na siya at time 0. Mo na siya ang atong principal or present amount nga 25,000 pesos. Okay? And then after that is natin ko gingon, no, compounded semi-annually. Take note, no, compounded semi-annually. So ang interest rate nga nag-follow sa word nga compounded is mao nang giingon ako nga ang atong nominal interest rate nga 8%, and then ang M dayon nato is equal now to semi-annually man. So meaning duha, M is equals to 2 kung semi-annual. Kung annual lang siya, isa lang na siya. But this time semi-annually, so we are using M is equals to 2. Okay, so based on this one, walay gihatag no nga another parameters, but ang ano na lang atong pangitaon when, no, from this word when. So meaning it refers now to the duration, which is referring also now to the value of your N. Okay, mo na siya. So we go again now to the basic nga formula. F is equals to P times 1 plus your I raised now to the N. Or if we are going to apply the compoundings, so may mo siyang 1 plus this R over M, then we have now this N times your M. Okay, so after that one we substitute, no, the given values. So this is 45,000. Okay, so this is 45. So 45,000 equal now to ang P nato is 25,000. Okay, times nato sa we have here 1 plus ang atong R is simply 0.08, no, divided by 2. Okay, and then this one raised to the N times your M, which is 2. Okay, so if we are going to simplify this one, no, so 45,000 divided by 25 is just simply equal now to 1.8 equal to this 1.04, and then this is raised now to the exponent of 2n. Okay, so I think you can calculate this one using your calculator now. And if you are going to solve this one manually, so you are going to use the natural logarithm, but I think you can directly solve this one using your calculator. So just for the case of calculation, so we have to apply just in case lang. So if you are going to apply natural logarithm, so we have this 1.8 ln equals to ln of your 1.04 raised now to the 2n. Okay, and then afterwards ato na ma-solve ang atong n ani, which is just simply equal now to 7.49 years. Okay, so mao ni siya ang atong anon sa problem, so we have this n equal to 7.49 years. Mao ni siya ang giasa problem, when will the girl receive the money if the fund is invested at this 8% compounded semi annually. Okay, so again that would be it for this CE board problem number 2. So now we are going to proceed sa atong last nga sample problem, and this one deals with this effective rate of interest. So number 3 is find the nominal rate, which if converted quarterly could be used instead of 15% compounded monthly. And then what is the corresponding effective rate? So this time we are going to use the second type of rate of interest, which is the effective rate of interest. And based atong given, we are going to find the nominal rate. Take note the nominal rate. Okay, and which is if converted quarterly. So take note, we are dealing with quarterly compoundings, and the other one is compounded monthly. Okay, so based atong formula sa atong ERI, nganong mogamit man ta og ERI ani class, because ang problem nag-state man god if converted quarterly, from quarterly converted quarterly gikan sa 15% compounded monthly. So that is why according to the note sa atong effective rate of interest, for two or more nominal rates to be equivalent, meaning we have to equate those compoundings dito sa another nga compoundings, where in this case we have this quarterly compoundings and this monthly. So atong formula sa atong ERI is simply equal to 1 plus I, I hope nga you can still remember, so atong ERI is just equal now to 1 plus I, and then this is raised now to the m minus 1. Okay, so mao ni siya ang pinaka basic gyud nga angan ninyong maibaw-an sa formula, so that we can solve this problem. So based on this compounding, so we can say that your ERI, okay, your ERI sa imong monthly, sa imong monthly is just simply equal or equivalent sa imong ERI sa imong quarterly. Okay, so using the formula here, so we have 1. So naman tay given nga R. Okay, so probably ato nang i-replace ang I sa ratio nga R over M, so 1 plus this R over M, okay, minus 1. Okay, so we will enclose this one with a bracket, and this is for your monthly is equal now to your 1 plus R over M, and this is raised, so actually this is raised to the M, so this is raised to the M, and the other one is to the M minus 1, and this is for the quarterly. Okay, So actually ma-cancel out ning 1 nato dinhi, no? And then after i-substitute nato, no? Sa monthly gihatag ang imong kani siya is morning R nato, no? As what I've said, kung unsa ni follow sa compounding nga word or compounded mo siyang R. So sa monthly natay R nga 15%. So dinita sa monthly karon. So we have this one plus our R is 0.15 divided by your M, which is kung kag monthly, which is 12, no? And then this is raised now to the M, so this is 12. Okay, so ayaw mo ka-confuse class, no, nga ang formula is nag-state lang M lang siya, no, walay N, so M lang siya. So therefore ayaw na i-times nimo, no, kay M naman siya din eh. So ang atong M is for month is 12, so directly M is 12, no? And this is equivalent to this one. So 1 plus your R, and your M is kung quarterly, so there are 4 quarters month, so mo nang 4 siya, and then this is raised now to the 4. Okay, okay. So after na is if we are going to simplify this one, so may mo siyang 0.15 divided by 12, so may mo siyang 1.0125, no? And this is raised to the 12, okay? And then the other one is equal now to, so 1 plus this R over 4, and this is raised now to the 4, no? Okay, so using your calculator now, you can directly solve, no, for this R, which is just equivalent now to 0.15188, or simply we can say that your R is simply equal now to 15.19%. Okay, so mao ni siya ang atong nominal rate, no, nagya sa problem for the quarterly, no? Since our R is nasa sa quarterly, so mao na siya ang atong answer sa first nga question. Okay, that would be it, no, for this day, no? And we have solved 3 board exam problems, and I hope, no, you have learned something, no, from our topic today. And before we end, no, these are my references sa akong lecture today, and para po sa succeeding ang mga lectures involving this subject, engineering economy. And thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. God bless us all, and keep safe, everyone. Don't forget also to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye bye.